Welcome to the award-winning Friday Night Sports Zone, brought to you by Generations Physical Therapy. Get ready for all the plays, all the scores, and some great fan action. Now, here's Anna Tarullo and Jake Siegel.
Well, good evening and welcome to the Generations Physical Therapy Friday Night High School Sports Zone. I'm Anna Tarullo alongside Jake Siegel, and we've got an action-packed night ahead, Jake.
That's right, Anna. A few teams enter Week 8 undefeated. We're going to find out if they remain perfect after tonight.
That's right, but first let's check in on undefeated Cabell Midland, who traveled to Huntington tonight. The Cabell Midland Knights went head-to-head with the Huntington Highlanders tonight. Both teams and fans experienced some rain this evening, but the game continued on time. Let's get right into it. In the first quarter, Huntington leads with a score of 7-0. Huntington with possession here. T.A. Blackwell is looking to throw. Blackwell ends up being sacked by Cooper Hardman. Later in the first quarter, Cabell Midland is 1 yard from the goal line. Jackson Fetty gets the ball, runs straight through into the end zone for the touchdown. Cabell Midland ties the game now 7-all in the second quarter. Huntington with possession. Brockton Blair drives the ball down outside for a first down. Highlanders showing some moves in the first half. Next play here for Huntington. The Highlanders attempted a drive in for a touchdown, but were quickly taken down by the Knights defense. Score tied 7-7 at the half. Cabell Midland was unstoppable this season. They keep their win streak alive. 20-7 final score in that one.
All right, let's keep it rolling. Winfield back at home this week, trying to get its 6th win of the year. The memory of Roane County's Alex Miller still continues to crew across the state. Nitro with the ball first. Trevor Lowe dropping back and finds Kristen Johnson for a big gain over the middle, but the Wildcats unable to do anything and the drive stalls. The Generals take over, and this one was all Nick Vance. The quarterback keeps it and jukes out a pair of Nitro defenders. He takes it all the way down the sideline for the score, and just like that, it's 7-0 Generals. Winfield going to go for the onside kick. Caden Giroux skies the punt. Charles Robinson muffs it, and Malachi Woodward there to recover. So the Generals go back on offense, and then they go deep into Nitro territory. First you see him, and then in a moment you won't be able to because he's behind all his blockers, but it's like a magic trick because it's Vance coming through and into the end zone. It's 14-0 Winfield on top. Vance had 4 scores at the half. Winfield would take a 34-7 lead into the break and win this one with ease, 54-13. Winfield winning big tonight.
And Woodrow Wilson pays a visit to a damp Lately field tonight to take on the Capital Cougars on homecoming night. And it was all Cougars in the first quarter. First possession for Capital here. KJ Taylor with the reception and the first score of the game. Extra point is good. Cougars up 7-0 just like that in the first 10 seconds. My man coming up here, he liked it. He was saying, go Capital on the sideline. Next drive, Woodrow goes 3 and out. Capital blocks the punt and retains possession to put up 6 more. This one comes from a handoff to Capital's Chance Knox. You'll hear that name again. He runs it in. Extra point is no good. But Capital with a quick 13-0 lead, and the Capital faithful is loving this early lead despite the rain. They're ready to go on homecoming night. And you'll see here just a few minutes later, Cougars in the red zone. Surprise! Chance Knox one more time, this time with the reception. Give him 6 more in just the first 3.5 minutes. Capital goes up 20-0. Cougars even it out to 500 tonight. They finish on top 42-7.
All right, Anna, we're off to a good start. We see all our favorites in our first 3 games win so far. Pretty good.
That's exactly right, and we keep it rolling on the Friday Night High School Sports Zone after this quick break. The Friday Night High School Sports Zone.
Cabell Midland, as we saw, remains undefeated, moving to 8-0. We will see soon if Polka can also stay perfect. But first, let's check out some highlights from Ohio.
Let's do it. The Rock Hill Redmen traveled up to Chesapeake High School to face off against the Panthers. Tonight, both teams battled it out for a chance to take home the W. Let's see how it went down in the first quarter here. Chesapeake with possession. Logan Walsh gets the ball, showing some power, driving through the defensive line, setting it up for Donald Richendaler to drive in for the touchdown. Chesapeake will lead 7-0. Still in the first quarter, Rock Hill has possession. TJ McGinnis gets the ball, pushing through a large pile up for the first down. This will set up the next play where McGinnis will push through into the end zone. Extra point will be good. Now Rock Hill will tie the game at 7-all. Later in that first quarter, Chesapeake has possession. Donald Richendaler will again get the ball. Coming up right here, he's going to search for the opening and
we call his name all week.
Yeah, I know. Donald Richendaler has been awesome. But anyway, Rock Hill, I believe, is the winner of this one tonight. Let's see what the final is. 14-7, I think. No, final will be, let's see, 28-22. Rock Hill wins that one.
All right, let's keep going. It's almost Halloween time, and Polka's celebrating early. We catch this game late in the first half. The Dots up 41-0. Maybe looking for more. Jay Cook going to go and goes deep and connects with Matthew Stone down the sideline right here. Stone sets the Dots up for even more points. And in just a couple plays, they would think about how to get the most out of the first half, and they would. It's Dylan Taylor who, on this upcoming play, will find pay dirt. When Taylor goes into the end zone, he makes it 47-0 at the half, and Polk would win by that score, staying unbeaten. The Dots 8-0, hammering Scott 47-0.
Wow, and back into Ohio, the Fairland Dragons visited Dawson Bryant High School this evening to face off against the Hornets. Both teams coming off losses last week. This week they're fighting hard for that W. We picked this one up in the first quarter. The Dragons with possession. Max Ward hands it off to Michael Stitt. Stitt runs the ball downfield along the sideline, going out of bounds for a first down. Dragons are starting the first quarter strong there. They will next move down the field to the 50-yard line. We'll see Max Ward here looking to throw long. He's going to make the connection with Riley Soward. Soward runs it deep into the end zone for the touchdown.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Extra point is no good, though. Fairland leads 6-0. And early in the second quarter here, the Hornets will have possession coming up. We'll see Corey Borders looking to throw it short. He makes the connection with Austin Storms. Great football name. Storms runs the ball down the field into the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. The Hornets attempt a two-point conversion and are not successful. Scores tied at 6-all. Now tonight's game started out close, but Fairland comes out on top. Final score 27-12 tonight.
Pretty cool, Anna. Well,
Now let's check out some of the other West Virginia scores. Hurricane South Charleston. Now the Redskins quarterback Austin Womack goes down with an injury in the third. Has to be carted off the field on a stretcher and taken by ambulance to get all checked out. So thoughts and prayers are with him. We hope he's okay. South Charleston wins it 28-14, and GW takes it to Riverside. Both teams come into the game sitting at 4-3, but the Patriots win it tonight 42-6.
Mingo Central all but obliterates Hoover, taking down the Miners. The Huskies 47-6, while Chapmanville gets the best of Logan. It's the Tigers on top of the Wildcats 48-26.
All right, we're powering through, but we've still got more highlights to come, Jake.
Yes, we do. Stay right there. We've got scores from Kentucky and Ohio, plus our play of the night you won't want to miss. It's all coming up after this quick break.
Well, we're almost through this edition of the Friday Night High School Sports Zone.
Yeah, that's right, Anna. But before we go, we'll have to get to our play of the week, plus a couple more highlights.
That's right. And you got Wayne and Sissonville now.
I do. And the Wayne and Rain showing up in Sissonville tonight, early second quarter. Sissonville up 14-0. Wayne in the red zone, and the handoff will go to Aaron Atkins, who breaks tackles and runs hard into the paint. It'd be a touchdown. Kick no good, though. Sissonville up 14-6. Next possession for Sissonville, 3rd and 6 at Wayne's 40. Dylan Griffith goes 57 yards all the way down to the 3-yard line. And Anna, when you can run like that, the only strategy is give it to him again, right? Next play, it's a handoff to Griffith. He's in for the TD. The kick was good this time. Sissonville up 21-6. Wayne isn't done, though. A clock-eating drive into the red zone. This would be a quarterback keeper for Preston Childs. It's a touchdown there. They went for 2 and failed on the conversion. Indians 21, Pioneers 12 before the half. The fans not swayed by the rain. Sissonville taking this one tonight, 42-18 the final.
They have that turf field now. Over into Kentucky, the Greenup County Musketeers battled it out with the Ashland Tomcats this evening. Greenup suffered a loss last week to East Carter, while the Tomcats are coming off a 4-game win streak. Let's see how this pans out. Start of the second quarter, Ashland had possession. Jake Craig there threw 20 yards from the goal line. He made the connection with JT Garrett in the end zone for the TD. Extra point is good. Now Tomcats lead second quarter 14-0. Next up, Tomcats again. Keontae Pittman gets the ball. He decides to run it down the field. Fighting through the defense, Pittman makes it through and all the way into the end zone for the 50-yard touchdown. Extra point is good. 21-0 Ashland. Ashland, they were
fantastic run right there.
Yeah, Tomcats. Ashland possession again. Jake Gregg throws deep from the 50-yard line. He makes the connection to Blake Hester, who runs it in down to the end zone for the touchdown. Extra point good. 28-0 at the end of the first half. Ashland has been on fire these past few weeks, showing off their excellent offensive and defensive skills. The Tomcats keep the win streak alive with a final score of 38-7.
All right, let's hit our next game. Braxton checking in as heavy underdogs, battling 7th-ranked Shady Springs, and the Eagles open up the game with some fireworks right here. Skylar Wine takes the kickoff 103 yards back, Anna, all the way to the house for 6. But Shady Springs going to tie things up right here. Drew Clark going to find Jaden Hirschberger. By the way, it's my favorite kind of burger. I know a lot of talk about the cheeseburger and hamburgers, but I want the Hirschberger. And I'll tell you what, he goes in for the score. We're all even. Now Jet Kogar with some pressure, unloads deep, and he finds Jaden Stewart. And Stewart, nothing but green grass in front of him. Eagles, pretty good in this game. They retake the lead, but that was the final score from Braxton County tonight. Shady Springs going to rally in the second half to down BC 40-17, the final score.
That is a second half rally. Next we go into the Bluegrass for some scores. Raceland loses a close one to Paintsville 15-19, and the Russell Red Devils come out on top over East Carter 31-7.
Yeah, we'll keep it along. Belfry puts it on against Pike County Central. They get the W tonight, 55-14, a complete hammering effort. And Betsy Lane gets the best of Fairview in a 20-point victory for the Bobcats. Final score in that one, 34-14.
All right, and back into Ohio, South Point just struggling this season. They drop another one tonight, this one to Portsmouth. Final score 47-16 in that one. And it is Ironton on top. They've been fantastic.
And this was the shocker of the night.
Right? That was supposed to be a close game.
It was. Blue Devils came in pretty good, but Ironton just
destroyed them.
Destroyed in all three phases of the game.
I believe that could have been an OVC conference game, too, a title game. That's what Shannon was telling me, our reporter Shannon.
This one was supposed to be close. It wasn't.
It wasn't. They killed them.
Meanwhile, Wheelersburg, they get a big win over Valley, 42-0. That also pretty much one-sided. While the Green Fighting Tigers, they defeat the Blue Devils 22-14.
All right, time now, Jake, for our play of the night. And Jake, these keep getting better and better as the season rolls along.
And we don't disappoint tonight. Our player keeping his team in every game this season. Let's hit some video here. Winfield's Nick Vance checking in at 6'1", 180 pounds. The senior leader of the Generals marching his team to a big victory tonight over Nitro.
Wow.
Winfield now 6-2. Vance had 4 first-half scores, including this short run up the middle. We're going to see it again right here. And at first down, when our cameras tried to find him, we couldn't. And you know who else couldn't find him? The Wildcats defense.
They had no idea.
4 touchdowns later, he takes the short run into the end zone. That's our play of the night. And Winfield is going to be a team to watch down the stretch as we have 2 regular season games remaining.
Absolutely. And they have been. Winfield, I feel like, has been a bit of a surprise this season.
They really have, and they're starting to come on strong. I want to show this one to you again. So Vance, as I mentioned, had 4 first-half touchdowns, a big victory for Winfield tonight. And here's something to look at it. All the linemen coming at us, and then Vance just somehow comes right through the middle.
I'm calling that one invisibility cloak. I like that.
It was. Listen, if he could play the way he's been playing, Winfield, the team that's been underrated all season, going to start to make some noise entering the final stretch of the year.
So Cabell Midland still undefeated. The Polka Dots still undefeated. We've got a lot of great action still left. That does it for us, though, for Week 8 on the Friday Night High School Sports Zone. But
yeah, don't want to miss a lot of college action tomorrow. Marshall welcoming WKU for homecoming. Charleston going to welcome Glenville State for their homecoming as well. So a lot of college football set for tomorrow.
Exactly. Marshall's going to, I think the rain should hold off just in time, so that's going to be good. And if that's not enough high school football action for you tonight, join us for the post-game show. Head on over to WOWKTV.com to relive more of the action.
Have a great weekend, everyone.